Okay, here we go, Cross Roaster Barbell. So as promised, I'm gonna answer the questions that you guys had for me. I did not prepare answers, so I'm just gonna kind of shoot from the hip and just kind of see how it goes. So number one, have you been using this time to formulate a more concrete plan when this inevitably happens again? Yeah, I don't know if you can really plan for something like this. Number two, where do you see the gym going from here? Expanding, staying the same, building your own facility? Answer used to be I wanted to build, definitely being reevaluated. Number three, what is the vision of your gym over the next 5 years? Professionally, I'm going to continue doing a lot more things like this as far as building content that can be shared down the road, and its value is not just in the moment. Number four, do you have other goals you want to pursue in your career outside of the gym? I've put a lot of my life into fitness and training and basically just reaching people. Do I have goals that I want to pursue career-wise outside of the gym? I don't know. I'm not sure. Number five, do you want to get married and have kids? Yes and yes. Number six, what's your biggest fear? I think there's lots of little things that I can look at as far as things that I'm like afraid that would happen or whatever, but basically I think what it all comes down to is basically just letting people down, them not being satisfied with something that I put time into. Number seven, have you tried the pickle pizza from Ohio Pie Co. yet? No. Number eight, do you like to read books? If so, any favorites? I like to read. I wouldn't say I like to read books. Books have not been the medium that I've been choosing to read from. I like to listen to people speak and then potentially read. I think the quicker, easily digestible media for me, I think is much better for me and my personality and lifestyle. As far as I'm not saying Instagram is a great source of information, but in reality, it really is. It's where a lot of us are getting information from on a daily basis. Oh, to add to that, you might not expect this, but I've actually read the Harry Potter books all the way up through the Goblet of Fire. I stopped halfway through the Goblet of Fire because that stupid book is too big and too long. 9, if you could make up your own ice cream flavor, what would it be? What would be in it? Well, Pete Taylor ice cream would definitely have like a vanilla, a true vanilla base, having peanut butter and some kind of doughy cookie. Number 10, what is your favorite movie? I guess we'll say in my top 5, we'll say Boondock Saints. Number 11, what is your favorite board game or card game if you play any? I used to be really into Texas Hold'em. I thought that was a fun game, but I sucked at it. So if I ever played Texas Hold'em with you, you're lucky because you took all my money. If I had to pick though, I'd say those games that you can play with groups of people, like at family gatherings, stuff like that, or groups of friends, those interactive, more verbal games. I'm into that stuff. Number 12, do you or your brother ever do anything together besides work out? We get food and pay bills together. 13, favorite artist, musical band, song. I think art, and music in general, I think it's constantly evolving and growing, and I don't think I'm stuck in one specific area. I like to think that I'm growing with the music industry as far as my taste. 14, if you could travel anywhere in the world, what place would you want to go and why? Nowhere. I don't want to go anywhere. I want to stay right fucking here. 15, is there anything cool, interesting that you've discovered about your family history? There was woodworking and a lot of the trades in my background. I really got into wood shop and building things and creating things. What is your nationality? Just a whole bunch of stuff. Number 17, where did you get kilo? Kilo is from the APL in Tremont. Number 18, what was your first word as a baby? Did you ever play a musical instrument? Okay, first of all, I don't even know if you consider this an instrument. Sorry if you play the recorder, I don't mean to offend you, but I'm not sure if that's considered an instrument, but I did mess around with that. I don't think I would consider myself a recorder player, but I knew how to blow air into it. Number 20, what was the first CrossFit WOD you ever did, if you remember? An open workout, snatches, and burpees. Maybe 13.1? Number 21, what are your long-term goals? Where do you see yourself in 15 to 20 years? Well, let's see, 20 years from now, I'll be 52. Holy shit. doing something I enjoy. Hopefully it's a continuation of something like this, but maybe just not as much of the actual work, maybe more of building and developing other younger coaches to continue on what we do. Number 22, if you could change your name to anything you want, what would you change it to? I've actually thought about that. That's a weird question. I don't think I would change my name. Number 23, did you ever do anything rebellious as a child or teen? I think it would be easier to explain, did you ever not do anything rebellious as a child or teen? Number 24, biggest pet peeve, people that intentionally are just uninterested in developing and learning. I think once I get to the point where I feel like people think they know everything, or they don't think learning is important anymore, I think that's a huge pet peeve. Number 25, if you could tell your younger self one thing, what would it be? Back off and just chill. 26, if you could make one wish that would come true, what would it be? I would really like the coronavirus to just disappear. 27, what's the story behind your truck? How long have you had it and how did you get it? So, a Pontiac Grand Prix broke down, needed a vehicle, bought a truck. Number 28, what is your favorite and least favorite gym activity movement? For example, mine are pistols. My favorite gym movement used to be weightlifting, so snatch and clean and jerk. My least favorite activities in the gym, I'm gonna have to say weightlifting, so snatching, clean and jerk. Number 29, why don't you like to watch football? Do you watch any sports? I like to watch football. I just don't consider what the product on the field is today to be football. I think there's too much bullshit, too many politics, not enough sport, not enough toughness anymore. I think that there's just a lot of things that I grew up knowing as football that just don't exist anymore. So, number 30, current show you are streaming. So I finished Ozarks, thought it was cool. 31, preference, Nike or another apparel company? I don't really see myself as siding with any of the apparel companies really as far as like a favorite. I like stuff with my gym's name on it. 32, if you are on a desert island and can bring one non-living object, what is it? Barbell. If you can invite anyone dead or alive to a dinner, who is it? This is an awesome question. My answer might not be what you think. My answer is going to be Susie. Through all of this pandemic, we've actually been staying away from each other intentionally just because of the risk involved and what's at stake. So her being a nurse and being on the front lines, me being a business owner that is trying to continue to run my business without any interruption, it's just been best that we stay apart. So if I could have dinner with one person, it would be Susie.